Welcome back to more Simpsons Hit and Run with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun. And we get to do the chaotic episode of all the extra bits that the mission doesn't force you to do. So let's start off with the optional racing. And we'll try and do it in the right order maybe this time.
Millhouse, what are you doing here? I thought you had a 4 o'clock wedgie with Nelson. I rescheduled. The DMV has us all doing these stupid races. This state should get some child labor laws.
Anybody else see the inside of that van and there was proof that there's nothing going on there? That was very strange. Anyway, we have the time trial race. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this series so far. It's a bit more work than what I typically do. There's a lot more editing involved. But hopefully you are enjoying it. I enjoy making it, it just takes time. And I know in a video prior that I said I was going to be releasing them in June of 2023 and... well, I'm only slightly behind. I'm trying. Doing my best. Anyway, this track, you know, compare this to the time trial in level 1 with Homer. There's a lot more going on. It's not just 4 90-degree rights. Thank goodness. Having said that, there's still a lot of 90-degree corners. Get used to it. Almost all of the racing tracks have 90-degree corners because it's based on the real world. Well, the real-ish Simpsons world, as real as that is. Take that with a pinch of salt. Anyway, this is pretty fun as a track. We're still using Mr. Plow. It is fractionally slower than the Honor Roller. However, if you've been listening to me throughout the previous few videos, you'll know that one thing I really value is not getting yeeted all over the place by the world furniture. And the Mr. Plow vehicle is far better at dealing with them than the Honor Roller is. It just means we're slower around the corners.
Good work, Bart. Next time you stay at our place, you can have the steamed vegetable of your choice.
Perfection. Thy name is Bart.
I genuinely like a steamed Brussels sprout, so... don't think Bart does, but... yeah, take that. Let's skip ahead. Let's go talk to Nelson. It's a fair drive over to him, so we'll save you the hassle of having to watch for it.
Nelson, huh? Why are you hanging around here?
Stupid community service. I dip Martin in the salsa quickie mart. Anyway, get your license and you get some stupid prize from those jerks.
Apparently all of the vehicles in the area want to get in the way while we're talking to the DMV staff, I say loosely. So the circuit race. We get to see what we'll be using in level 3. As you see them bolting away. This is not that difficult. This is a fairly easy race too, even if you end up with something unlucky like that, where the 2 slower AI drivers just get in the way. This is not too bad. We still suffer from 90-degree corner-itis, but there are a couple of ways of trimming some of the distance off on these corners that allows us to keep our momentum. Hi, Ralph, get out of the way. Oops, sorry, Ralph. Every other NPC is out of the way, but Ralph just didn't get the memo, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, AI is not taking a very efficient route around this track. Whereas we can trim a couple of corners. Ooh, that didn't go quite to plan. That takeout didn't really work. So we'll try it again if the opportunity arises. Maybe hit. There we go. Just give her the old tip. You can't do it with the Honor Roller. It's just too flimsy. Yeah, this should now be an absolute doddle. Oh, Ralph went back to his default position and made sure to try not to run him over this time. It's not like you're going to get a hit and run or anything, even though you're running over the police chief's son, but it just doesn't feel right.
Atta boy, Bart. You're getting a birthday present this year.
Give it up for America's bad boy.
Let's just hope it's not a tongue sandwich. Just the thought of that from one of the older episodes. Ugh, gross, gross. Even though Ralph's not that far away, I thought it would be, you know, we'd go to... oh, sorry about that. You should chew them. Better for your digestion.
Hi, Mr. Lisa. If you win, the man ladies will give you a car. Bring it.
I love Ralph. I don't love this race very much, though. So the checkpoint race... this can be quite difficult, especially if you are using Mr. Plow. It is easier with the Honor Roller. I didn't bother to switch. This race is tricky. Primarily because you get blocked by these 2 numbnuts off the get-go, and unlike the circuit race, where there are lots of 90-degree corners you can really skim time on, This one, not so much when you're using a vehicle that slows down around corners. Having said that, we were pretty lucky to not get tipped out there, so we should be okay. In case you want to hear them, there are some funny voice clips when you fail the races that come from Patty and Selma. I'll put a couple of them at the end of the video, so if you want to hear a few things that they say, watch until the end, because you'll get to see, or at least hear, some clips of what happens when you poop the bed on the racing. But in this case, not difficult at all. Lisa's not far behind us, but still not too bad. Yeah, not terrible indeed. And we got to unlock Moe's sedan, which we will use just to show you what it does and what it is. But let's kick these people first.
Do that again, and you're technically my boyfriend.
I don't want to think about the connotation of that, given that's Bart, so let's just run away and go talk to another senile person. Hi, Abe. How you doing?
I need your car from the war.
The war? What, is the Kaiser at it again? I'll teach him. He stole my best girl and my best box of saltwater taffy.
Grandpa, you're not making any sense.
I'm tired because I let Jasper borrow my blood. I didn't think I'd need it. No.
We don't hear enough from Jasper in this game. Dial B for blood, the bonus mission. Collect the blood for Grandpa. One of the few missions at this point in the game where it will time you to get into your vehicle, effectively. To go pick up the first batch of blood that's just around the corner. You can see it there. This is Moe's sedan, by the way. It's a pretty much the same speed car as the other two we've been using on this level. It does have a god-awful sound, though. Oh, this sedan sounds something terrible. Good job, this is also a very easy mission. Because I'm making an absolute goomba out of that. Yeah, this is a very, very easy mission. Even though I probably wasted, what, 10 seconds there? I still had 10 seconds left before we got to Moe's. And that's the hardest part of this mission. So let's get in to say hi to Moe again. Again, we don't say much to him, but this is another great line.
Moe, do you have any human blood?
Nah, what about goat blood?
Sure, why not?
Gross. Yeah, we're picking up goat blood for Abe. There are 7 duffs. Bye, Dizzy. The inside of Moe's Tavern looks pretty cool. It's a shame we can't do a huge amount with it. Although, we will be back later. Now we've got to drive to the Krusty Burger to pick up some blood, which is definitely not terrifying at all. I promise this vehicle's not as bad to steer as I'm making it look. Oops, sorry, greasy teen. Not bad parking. I'd give myself a C+.
Do you have any blood?
Would you like fries with that?
What a camera angle. I'm glad we zoomed in on the building. That was just the best. Let's get back into our vehicle, because we have to go get back to Abe now we have enough. So we have blood from a fast food chain. We have some goat blood. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, baby, bring it on.
He didn't specify that he needed just his own blood, right? I'm sure it's fine.
Take that.
Conveniently, the crusty glass does not count as something that sets... Oh, I was going to say that sets off the hit and run counter. But I guess that's a moot point when you hit everything else. Get out of the way, all the tubing. So we've completed the mission, in essence. We just can't talk to Abe right now. We're very busy dealing with Chief Wiggum, I'm sorry. Do some donuts there, speaking of the police. The way the police spawn means it's typically a bad idea just to race in one direction really quickly. Because they like to spawn the police right in front of you if you do that. Having said that, if you're starting to get low on the hit and run counter, going over a jump like that always seems to help. But now we have to drive back, so let's enjoy our leisurely drive, why not? We'll use Moe's sedan a little bit more in this video too, just because it doesn't really get any time of day otherwise.
Out of the way, wannabe.
And definitely not because it sounds awful and I want you guys to enjoy the same pain that I have recording these. I dial the volume on the game down so you don't have to listen to it as much as I do. Let's go back, talk to Mr. Simpson Jr.
Nice
with
and
Mr.
warm,
Simpson
just how I like
Sr.
it.
Is that enough? I need another car.
Take it. Ooh, I'm gonna pour this on my flapjacks.
I mean, that's one way of taking it. The World War II vehicle we're not going to use in this level. We will see it later. Sorry, we just we just beat up the elderly. It's just what we have to do. And speaking of beating up the elderly, let's try not to run over that guy too. We have another race to perform. The wager race. This is quite difficult.
Fine by me.
So we're still going to use most sedan. It counts as medium difficulty.
Eat my dust, dust eaters.
Shortcuts are your friends on this race. Obviously they are for all of the mob ones, but especially for this one.
Whee!
If you take the path... Oh, thanks car. If you take the path that the game tells you to for this, I have never been able to beat it. Luckily, though, there are a few ways we can trim a significant amount of time. I don't even know if I'm going to take all the shortcuts, but I'll take some of them. No, that's not bad. That wasn't a bad turn around the kind of fake hairpin there. It is quicker to be on the left-hand side. However, if you hit a car, it's significantly slower. So we're going to go pretty much down the middle. We don't have the best top speed, but no vehicle in this level has the best top speed. It's not like we have the rocket car from level 1 that we can use. That would be quite fun for this, but no, we don't. Also, we just tipped that not surveillance van on its side. That's probably a lawsuit. Anyway, let's pretend we didn't do it. That's what Mo would do. It's his vehicle.
Oops.
Get out of the way.
Out of my way, man.
Yeah, we're going to take this left because there's typically less traffic. Oh, we nearly went on 2 wheels. Yeah, that 2-minute 10 timer, it's tight. So we're now just getting to the stadium. We have to pretty much get back to where we were. Get out of the way. I don't know. People don't know how to indicate around here. It's almost like I'm just watching real life. Seriously, the driving standards are pretty rough. Apparently, we're getting speed cameras installed around where I live. Probably for the best, let's be honest. They'll make a killing. Get out of the way, we're so close, we have 10 seconds left. Whew.
All right, that was so cool.
Less than 3 seconds buffer. Yeah, this is a difficult wager race.
Officer scared. Requesting her.
Lou doesn't get involved in the missions, and I'm really sad because that's hilarious. Gil, what vehicles do you have? You have the limo. It's like Mr. Plow, but worse. We're going to pick it up because we're going to collect all the vehicles, but there's no reason to ever use the limo. And then there's the fire truck, so this is essentially unusable in any genuine mission, but if you're just trying to destroy vehicles to get coins and you're on the highway, this vehicle's fantastic at it, because once it gets up to top speed, it's coming close to one-shotting every vehicle. It won't one-shot any vehicle, but it can get it down to critical very, very quickly. So there is a use to this vehicle, just not a very good use for it. But at least there's something. It is not super frickin' dumb. It's Springfield Fire Department. We do have another optional car. Go away, Wasp. We'll deal with you very shortly. We have somewhere else we need to go. And we get to do some platforming. Everybody's favorite thing in this game. Especially with a camera that just does not cooperate. Yes, the monorail is an optional vehicle. It is probably the worst vehicle in the game, along with the Duff Truck. At least the Duff Truck has durability. This doesn't even have that, and it also sounds like this. It makes most sedan sound like a Pavarotti. It's awful. It doesn't accelerate quickly. It turns horrendously. It always leans, so you are constantly having to steer even on a straight. And it's about as tough as the way that one of my kids likes his steak.
Whoa!
Basically doesn't touch a pan. So, ugh, just the thought of it makes me shudder. Anyway, let's go and talk about Wasp. We already saw that one outside the Krusty Burger. It got wrecked. We have to get stuck, apparently, at the court. Seems kind of appropriate for Bart, really. The gazebo. We just stole a rando's car, if you're wondering. This one's not too bad. This vehicle's not bad at all. Not very durable, but who cares? We're now at the museum. There we go. Third time's the charm, even though we were sat pretty much in its armpit. Delicious.
Asphalt eaters.
To the hospital, where we can't run that wasp over, I guess. So we'll collect some free moolah and kaplawi. And then we get to go next to the hospital and this random building that we don't really know the name to, I guess. And that we keep failing to get the jump on constantly. Nope, keep going. Oh, I thought I had it that time. I guess not. Try again. There we go.
Temporarily flying.
Temporarily flying indeed. So, now we've got to have the front of the town hall. We should also have had the back of the town hall as well, but as we remember from this mission, oopsie doopsie. Then we get to go to Lard Lads. Good try, but you missed. Coins. And we get to go back to the train station. And constantly miss this wasp. I thought it'd be easier by parking the fire engine there, but I guess not. So yeah, we had one at the stairs. We have one here at the passenger waiting benches. Well, they'll be waiting a long time, look at it. And then we get to jump over the monorail to this side and beat up a third wasp. Next up, we're inside a train on the shortcut. It's in this corner. He's actually quite hard to find. So, want to point him out. He's in just the one corner. There's only one there. Next up, we get to go to the car wash. And now you're washed. Next door at the definitely not mob location, the social business gentlemen's club. You get to go up this very long staircase, which you do need a vehicle to access because you have to be able to jump on top of it to get up here. And we have a wasp to deal with. You'd think the one place they wouldn't be able to watch is where the mob are watching. You'd think they would have their eyes peeled, but I guess not. Oh well, good job we do. I want all your coins. There's another wasp in the back too. There's two of them. The only way I knew this one was here was because of the box. The box of coins. Otherwise I wouldn't have checked. Now we have to go on top of Moe's Tavern and past that not actually electric cable. Yeah, you don't take any damage from it. And now, the train station. Not the monorail station. This is specifically the train station. Yes, the monorail station, which I like to call the train station, is technically not a train! But, what are we, the pedantic police? So we have one wasp at the staircase of the train station, and then we have more platforming, which I have just ballsed up. Let's skip ahead. Back to where I was. And a little bit more platforming. We have a second wasp on top of this carriage. And we had a third one, which I had to skip to because I forgot it. Now we get to go to Gags. Now we've got all 20 of our wasps gone. Slot machine at Moe's. Despite the fact you got bar, you win a whole 1 coin. Then we have the love tester, which we are a cold lover. But I guess that makes sense because we're bar. It would be weird if it didn't. Then we get that weird sound that was from Micro Machines when you use the pickled eggs. We have our flaming Moe's. And we have our see you laters. And now to go for something absolutely disgusting. Rat milk. No context, that looks extra gross. Yeah, let's go. So next up, right at the start of the level, we have the catapult. Literally, the catapult. Sorry. That wasn't funny. I made myself laugh, and I don't think anybody who's watching this video will have laughed. I'm sorry. Maybe that made you laugh instead because of my bad driving. Let's pretend we went straight over the ramp like we were meant to, and we get to go to the cement mixer. Which we can stand in these people. They don't have any collision. Strange. We haven't been in the DMV.
Bright light. Is that heaven?
We wish. Patty and Selma will not be in heaven, I can assure you. And that was all we're going to see in the DMV, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let's get in our car to take one corner, just like we did before when we were at the try and save. Because we need to not go in there, because we know Bart can't go in the try and save. But instead, let's just play with the car outside. This is why we can't have nice things. It's also one of the few interactions with a gag that gives you more than one coin. And next door at Herman's. What could possibly go wrong to press on a rocket? Ah, it was fine.
As good a place to detox as any.
That's good that you're doing your best there, Otto. We appreciate it. Next up, the optional clothing. In this level, all the clothing is optional, so we have 3 pieces to go through. So let's start off with American football Bart. Kind of looks like he's eating his helmet retainer, but what do I know? Then we have tall Bart. Doesn't really make him any taller, but that's not quite what it means. He does look like a very dapper gentleman, and Moe's doesn't look as depressing as it does in the show, so maybe he kind of fits the part. Finally, we have the Ninja Bart. Definitely, I would say, the most appropriate, given who he is as an individual. Edgy indeed. That's what Bart is. Edgy. Anyway, let's go collect cards. This card I collected by accident. The driver's license. It's by the Krusty Burger downtown. You can tell it was by accident because I paused. I went, oh no, no. Mr. Honey Bunny on top of this train wagon.
Why do these stupid things make
The AM radio toy on that random building near the
If I didn't
hospital.
play so many video games, I'd be in better shape.
It's so close, we might as well just walk up to the next one. We just get to go up to Jebediah's head. And you'll never believe what card you get. Come on, stop trying to hump Jebediah. Try and jump up. There we go.
Sweet.
Who would have seen that coming? Also, you can kick his head off in this game too. I always like that. That's a nice touch. We've probably seen this card like 7 times during the last couple of videos, but if we climb up this fountain,
Up, and
we can get the
again.
pregnancy test by the stadium.
Finally, my years of ballet are paying off.
Yeah, very dignified. And then back at the social club,
This must be worth a fortune.
Bone Storm. He finally found it. He didn't have to buy it. What a beautiful story. Last but not least, we get to go back to the car wash. This music, by the way, is also a banger for Big Butt Skinner. And that's the whole shabam. Fantastic. Every card. We just broke the ceiling. Every gag, every wasp, every car, all the everythings. We're covered. So, next episode, we will be into level 3. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have.
Don't feel too bad, Bart. Your Bouvier gene is clearly recessive. Bart, you've got to be the worst 10-year-old driver in town.
Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.